everybody, and welcome to Riyadh, the Global Champions Tour of Riyadh Finals 2025. We're here beside the King Abdullah Financial District in the most beautiful setting. You can see our courses laid out for GCL 1. So this is the ranking as they stand coming into the last leg. This is leg 16. So Valkenswaard United are in front. They have 296 points. They're only 6 points ahead of the Cannes Stars. So it's between those two teams, as you can see. Prague Lions are in third place with 256. So they're not going to be able to threaten for the top two. And then unfortunately down the very bottom is the Paris Panthers, Monaco Comets and the Doha Falcons. Juliana Visani's our course builder as always. And he's laid out again a lovely real testing track for the horses, but up to the riders to see what they want to do. Don't forget, this is GCL 1. And then there's a titanic battle then for 3 and 4. And then all the way down, the prize money on stake is over, I believe, 8.5 million. The difference between first and second this evening at the end of play for the league series was over 600,000 euros. So every fence matters, and we get ready for our first team. First one in. Manuel Camilli, he's coming in on Cacarenio. PS, this is a 10-year-old by Chaco Blue. Wow, horse is so scopy. You can see now, knowing that every second matters, you can see how close he is to the start sign that's there. Now comes to the combination, pops in, really has to hold the horse off the front rail. That horse has got such a big stride, that makes it so difficult. Just ran out of room in there. Last fence coming up, one fence on the ground so far. Finishes up with a time of 76.80. So we're going to carry that forward. This man needs very little introduction. Christian Kukok, he rides Chez George. This horse has been outstanding on the circuit this year. Now, Chez George just carries his head a little high. You can see Christian just comes taller with his shoulder. Now you can see goes out wide, goes out past fence number 11. Knows that clear rounds are really important here now. So, controls that. Stays up on the inside. Gives this plenty of respect. Jumps across the angle a little bit. And now you can see the sun is in his eyes. And then, look, he just goes into the shadows. It's, just nice and even down through there. Look at the balanced hold he keeps of his horse's head. Moves up that distance. And watch George there with his ears pricked. Look at where he's going. And how quiet his hands are. It's just poetry in motion watching this superstar in action. Here we get our first clear round. Team total of 151.6 with 4 faults. 74.8 for Christian. We move on to one of our really strong teams. This is where they're getting to the business end. Cannes Stars are currently in second place in the league. They're only 6 points behind Valkenswaard United. So I'm not surprised everybody's looking very pensive up on the kiss and cry. Sophie Hinners is first out. She's riding Iron Dames Kumbala. And a real opportunity here now if these ladies can do what they've been doing all season long and post really neat clear rounds. They're going to pile the pressure on those teams in front and the teams behind. This is a real opportunity. Anybody who says they're just sitting there, they don't know what they're talking about. Skips down through the combination. This is foot perfect. Here we go. Big Oxer. Get the back rail. Now 2 fences from home. Just square up. Tall vertical. Now move up. There's a big water tray under this. Keep the horse motivated. Horse pricks its ears. Beautifully done. 74.32. Game on. Big pat deserved. Sophie, you've done a fabulous job there now. And she hands over to a clear round machine. Catherine Eckermann and Xiao Li. Catherine has been extraordinarily consistent all the way through. I think it's 13 or 14 clear rounds out of 19 starts in the GCL for the Cannes Stars, powered by the Iron Dames. She has been just a phenomenal team player. Here we go. Watch Sophie there. Absolutely foot perfect all the way through. Iron Dames Kumbala really rising to the occasion. But beautifully done. Technique, balance, poise. Everything you're looking for. Yeah, they'll have to be delighted with that. But no, pressure's on now. And this lady thrives on pressure. Stays tall. Look at that for accuracy. Comes through the corner. Makes the back rail easy. Whoa, Mare is so careful. Now, Big Oxer. 2 fences from home. I think the Iron Dames are using this early draw to their best advantage here. Pile the pressure on the next teams. Chow Lee is one of my favourite horses on the circuit, and that's why. Brilliantly done. 75.25 clear round. I don't think they could have done any more to strengthen their case this afternoon. That's brilliantly done by Sophie and Catherine. Moving on, Shanghai Swans currently in 4th place. Leading him out today, Daniel Dicer on Gangster. But he just doesn't make it easy. I think he's always moving his body quite a lot, and that's just difficult for the rider. Now, big double coming up here. He's good shot in. Now you can see Daniel has to work hard. And again, if you watch Daniel's hands, that shows you how hard he's having to work to keep this horse nice and balanced and organised. He's making, normally we just see micro adjustments. I think when Gangster's involved, we have to be a little bit less subtle and really make sure it happens, but Daniel surely does that. It's a really good round now. 2 fences from home. Turns back to the tall vertical. Little water trays, 2 roundy ones underneath. You can see you just reached at it a little bit. And a wide Oxford, big water tray to finish. This horse is well used to jumping those fences. 77.15 clear round. That's a really good start for his team. That'll relieve ease a little bit of the pressure on his teammate. Max takes on the challenge. He's handed over the baton. You can see that trademark position, lovely light seat, hands out in front. Really organised, sits so still on the horse. And you can just see Julius Caesar, a very different type of horse, much more even in his canter, much more organised in the way he travels across the ground. This is going to put them into the lead, I think. We'll have to wait and see. Let's add up the scores, add up the time. Clear round as well, 76.38, giving them a combined total of Prague Lions, powered by the Czech equestrian team, Peter de Vos. Jarina J is an 11-year-old by Cicero Van Pommel. And this is really nicely organised now. Taking his time, you can see he's not in too much of a hurry. Sets up here for the combination, he pops in, puts his leg on, makes it very easy for the horse. And again, that plank on the last part has had another victim. We're on 8 faults, unfortunately. That's not what they were hoping for. He wants to keep it on that now. Peter and Fernando have been a really strong partnership. They're on 2 winning teams together. Unfortunately, that 8 faults is going to make it an uphill battle, but we never know what's going to happen. Finishes with a number of time faults as well, so finishes on a total of 11 penalties. We move on. Fernando Martinez Sommer, he rides Lady Van Hartenhoff. Just sits really quiet. Unfortunately, we've had the front part of the combination on the way in. Pops out. Now needs to keep it on the 4. Pops the vertical, and now as you can see, just moves up. Knows this is the wide Oxford with a water tray. Stays on the 4. 78.31. Valkenswaard United. They have been so consistent all year long. They were the winners in Madrid. They were the winners in Saint-Tropez. They won in Monaco. And tonight they're represented in GCL 1, Hans-Dieter Dreyer. He comes in on Elysium. This 13-year-old gelding by VDL's Rocco Blue. And has a little bit of a unique way of jumping the fences. You can see sometimes he just twists his body a little bit and carries his head sometimes to the right. Very good here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And the horse reads it perfectly. Lots of experience with this combination. 2 fences from home. This is what the league leaders need. They're not going to bow down to the pressure from their compatriots. The Cannes Stars are really piling the pressure on, but that's what these guys, this is how they answer them. That's a superb start to their attempt to win the league. A clear round from Hans and Elysium. He hands over to no other than Gilles Thomas and Hermitage Cologne. But let's just watch Elysium. I think this horse is such an intelligent horse. Technique, balance, power, scope. And Gilles does such a wonderful job of riding him. You see how quiet he sits. That length of rein. A little stumble on the corner. You can see he's just added a little fly mask to his nose. Again, that's just so the horse is not going to be annoyed by any flies. Really want the horse to keep his head as still as possible. And he's obviously a very sensitive horse. Really intelligent. Watch his ears. Again, you watch that right ear just flicking over and back as he listens. Gilles very clever. You can see how quick he drops back after that big oxer. Now just moves up a little bit. Very smooth all the way through the track. Jumps the clear round. They've thrown down the gauntlet. 151.62. Hasn't gone into the lead, but goes into second place. It is all to play for in this evening's session between the top two teams, with Valkenswaard United in second. Our skyline is spectacular here. The lights are coming on. The sun is gone, with the arena beautifully presented, and we move on. Manuel Gardiano, Esteban de Hoo. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Konrad Oblinski. This is a real case of a rider using all his experience, cunning and guile to get this horse to jump around. Oh, when you consider, when we see what he's done at the third fence at the wall, that's an extraordinary performance from Gardiano. Horse came around the corner, spooked at the wall, jumped up and down, landed in a heap. Emmanuel just said, no, that's not happening today. And he used that then just to let his horse settle. He hands over to another master, Yuri Mansour, in Canto VDL, a 12-year-old by Cannon. Now this horse is a really big canter. You can watch how active he is across the ground. Yuri's not hanging around. Good into the double. You can see he's got his eye on the vertical already. There's Longines with the plank on top. And now just going to throttle back for a second. Get into the corner. Get balanced. Good on the vertical. Bake the back rail. Whoa, support. Now 5 strides. This is very quick. You can see Yuri's already landed and turned. How tight has he come back to the second last fence with the water tray, galloping towards the last. 67, 71, 72. This is really quick, 72.39. Puts him into 5th place individually, but more importantly, it puts his team really well up into contention. We need to have a look. Yes, there's 2 guys that have done the job superbly. There's a beautiful skyline. So after round 1, Rome Gladiators, Cannes Stars, Valkenswaard United, Shanghai Swans, Riesenbeck International, the Basel Cosmopolitans, Madrid in Motion, New York Empire, and the Mexico Amigos in 9th.
Emmanuel, I'll come to you first. How do you assess that first round? Because suddenly, since Rabat, you've come to form.
In Rabat was good. We had the 2nd place, but we have here 1 more round to go, the difficult round, and for sure we will give the best, and we hope to be clear.
We're so looking forward. As I say, really interested to see what the team principals are going to do now, and what decisions they're going to make, and who they're going to send back in to battle for the series. We're going to have to wait and see. We look forward to seeing you later on. I hope you do join us. Thank you very much.